And here we go. So welcome everybody to Your Opportunity Awaits. My name is Melissa Womack Adams. I am from Georgia. I am an executive with Zingular, and I've been here. Just celebrated my 6-year anniversary last week. We are so thankful that you guys jumped on and that someone invited you to come on, because this is the opportunity that will change your life forever. I had no idea it was going to do what it did for me 6 years ago, saying yes to a weight loss program that I really didn't think would work. But when it did, and people started noticing, and the company started giving me referral fees just for sharing what I would have shared for free, it is mind blowing, you guys. And we have got some of the most awesome people on tonight to share their journeys with you and share why you should say yes to this. I just got back from an amazing trip, all expenses paid trip that I earned with this company to the Riviera Maya in Mexico. And all of the people you're going to hear from tonight were on that trip with me. We spent 8 amazing days in the sunshine and got to network, and it was absolutely amazing. And that's just one of the perks that this company gives you. And I cannot wait for you to hear from these people. My short story is, again, just looking for weight loss. I was working 60 hours a week, traveling 3 to 4 days a week, was not looking for anything extra. Believe me, I did not have any time for anything extra. But again, I would have told people, I was shouting this stuff from the rooftop because I've wasted so much money on crap that didn't work. I finally found the products that did. And then when I figured out that this company was really going to pay me real money, and it wasn't just like, just a little bit here and there, it was real life-changing money. I started figuring it out and started telling everybody. And within just a few short months, I was paying my car payment. And then a few months later, I was paying my house payment. And my husband was the only thing he wanted to know. He was just like, I don't know what you're doing, but just tell me it's legal. That's all he cared about. But it was, and it was amazing. And then after about a year, I was making some serious income, and that's when I said, let me figure out what I'm doing. And I really started applying myself and really started time blocking and doing it on a part-time basis. To begin with, the first year, I was just doing it in the nooks and crannies of my day when I could find time. I was doing it every day, but just in the nooks and crannies. And so after that first year, I really got serious about it. And 2 years to the date, 2 weeks, 2 years and 2 weeks, I walked away from a 25-year career in corporate America that I had worked really hard going up that corporate ladder, and I walked away from it. I walked away from the stress. I walked away from somebody telling me when I could go and who I could go with. I walked away from that micromanagement that I had, and I walked away from a limited income. I walked into something that could give me unlimited income and can make any dream that I could fathom become a reality. So that's what you're going to hear about tonight. And the first person I want to introduce to you is she is an amazing leader, an amazing woman, and she is from the great state of Florida. And you guys, please welcome Cora Hoffman.
Hi guys, how are you? Oh my gosh. So yeah, my name's Cora Hoffman, and I am from sunny Sarasota, Florida. And just like Melissa, it's funny, we are kind of parallel in a lot of ways. I was back in 2019. I was on Facebook one day, and I saw a complete stranger telling her story. I heard her say she had lost 80 pounds and kept it off for 5 years. And that was music to my ears. At that moment in time, I had found myself about 60 pounds overweight after some female hormonal issues, and I couldn't get the weight off. So, I was exhausted. I was super overweight, never had any time for my kids. I've been a nurse for 20 years, working 10 to 12 hour days. And although I was a hard worker, I was also super broke. My husband and I, both of us. He's a manager at a grocery store. If anybody knows Publix, whoop, whoop. My husband has been with Publix for almost 27 years. And, you know, we work really hard, but we also have a lot of stinking bills. So anyways, I saw this girl on Facebook telling her story, and I messaged her and I said, what are you doing? And she started messaging me back, and I thought it was kind of weird. So I said to her, I want you to call me, and thinking it was fake. So she did. She called me. We ended up talking that day for about an hour and a half on the phone. And I knew that I wanted to do the ultimate plus shine. I said, okay, girl, I'm ready. I want to do this. I want the ultimate plus shine. And I said, so how much is that going to be? And she told me, and I was like, oh, all right. Well, I'm going to have to call you back in a few weeks, because I was literally negative 36 cents in my account that Sunday afternoon. So you know what? She plopped me in the testimonial page, and I just kept watching. I kept watching the stories and seeing people lose weight, men, women, young, old, grandmas, grandpas, you know, if you're in there, what I'm talking about. And I kept saying, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? But I was broke. So about 3 weeks later, my husband got a bonus check, and I ordered the ultimate plus shine. I did not even tell him, but I did. And, you know, I hopped on that 8-day jump start, and I ended up losing 6 pounds and 15.5 inches in 8 days. And that was mind blowing. I couldn't believe how good I felt. About by day 3, I was, you know, wanting to go for a walk. My husband thought I was nuts. I was like, I think I'm going to go out for a walk and walk the dog. He was like, are you what? You know, I had more energy than I knew what to do with. I was already sleeping through the night on day 3. You know, sleeping through the night for me, I've always been a night owl, and just because I couldn't fall asleep. So that for me, those 2 things right there were huge. But like I said, by day 8, I had lost 6 pounds and 15.5 inches, and everybody that I knew wanted to know what I was doing. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me hook you up with this girl. She'll tell you all about it. And that is how my story started. I literally would, with this complete stranger, I would start, you know, I would just get them in a group chat and let her tell them all about it. And I just, you know, like Melissa, I started where there was no pink checks. It was deposits. And I was like getting these deposits because people were signing up and having success. And it just kept going and going and going. At one point, I remember calling Christina saying, I think before I spend this money at Target, I want to make sure that this is not a mistake, because that's how much money was going into my account. So anyways, I ended up in about 4 months losing 40 pounds, kept doing the same exact thing. By month 5, I had completely replaced my income as a full-time nurse and quit my job. So since September 30th of 2019, I have been doing Zingular full-time. To say this is life-changing, I literally, you know, sometimes when I sit and think about 2019, you know, we were in a bad spot. I mean, you know, we just were recovering from the, you know, recession of 2010 and just finally climbing out of that hole, yada, 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 then finding this. And, you know, I just kept helping more people. I just kept grabbing, and people just kept asking me what I was doing. And I just kept helping more people. That's all I've done. You know, 13 months into this business, I hit the executive level. I made in 2020 last year, I made almost 4 times what I made as a full-time nurse doing this part-time from my phone. I've been able to be home with my kids during the COVID shutdown of schools. I paid for my daughter's entire first year of college with cash. She has absolutely no debt. My son is getting ready to graduate. He is graduating high school in the next few weeks. I can't even believe it. I have a senior graduating. I have no kids at home, but same thing. You know what, buddy, you can go wherever you want to go. And it's all because of this company. I mean, you know, a lot of times I forget to talk about the vacations. The vacations are mind blowing. We were just in Mexico, all of us, for 8 days, hanging out at an all-inclusive resort, all expenses paid by the company. You guys, this month, and the last few months, I hit the rank of silver executive and locked in a trip to Bora Bora. So this month, I keep saying this month, I'm sorry. This year, I've earned a trip to Bora Bora, a trip to Dubai. Where else am I going? And then we're actually going to Dominican Republic. And this is all in like the next 5 months. It's absolutely life-changing. This is the most life-changing thing that I can't even believe I'm sitting here talking to you right now. I'm in Savannah, Georgia, actually I'm in a car. I'm sorry. I'm in one of my team members' cars because we're walking around River Street right now. This is what I do and I get paid. You guys, I mean, I'm down here for a city event to meet her team for the first time since, you know, the whole COVID thing. And I just, you know what, I can't say enough about this company. I'm telling you, if you have been looking for a sign, this is your sign. This is your sign. Come with us. You have nothing to lose. So that's my story.
That's awesome, Cora. And I love your story because I love that you're just a regular person. You know, it's not like you've got all this sales experience and you're just a regular person. And that goes to show you that anybody can do this. You just got to have a will and you've got to have a dream. What we say is you got to have self-service and a dream. That's all you got to have. And that's it. The next couple that I'm going to introduce you to, thank you so much, Cora. I love you.
Love you.
The next couple that I'm going to introduce you to, they are doing it together and they are a husband-wife dynamic duo. And I got the privilege of getting to know them this past week, and I have fallen in love with both of them. They are just amazing, amazing people and just have a heart that just to help people. And you guys help me make welcome Michael and Lauren Stoller.
Thank you so much, Melissa. It was so fun to meet you in person and get to know you. And thank you so much for having us on the Zoom. It's such an honor. As Melissa mentioned, Michael and I have been doing this together since day one. It's been a little over 4 years. Our wedding was up and coming. I actually bought my dress 2 sizes small for ultimate motivation. And what I was doing was not working. The weight was coming off so slow, but that date was getting closer and closer. So I knew that I needed to do something. And I saw a friend post these incredible before and after photos. And although we were extremely skeptical, especially me, because I've tried it all when it comes to weight loss, we were open to it. So we hopped on the phone. We loved that the supplements were plant-based. We loved that we got to eat real food. We loved that there was a money back guarantee. Like, that's really what, you know, got us to say yes. Like, if a company believes that much in their products, they're obviously onto something. And then the best part that our friend shared with us is that we had the ability to make our money back, which we needed to do. So we hopped on in, and I lost 5.8 pounds and 9 inches within my first 8 days, had tons of energy and mental clarity, and just really, really, really felt good. And for Michael, he lost 6.4 pounds and 8.5 inches within his first 8 days. He was experiencing that same energy. And you guys, we actually did our jump start during a move. So to experience that while moving, we were just like, yeah, this isn't going back. And for him, he didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but he had really bad knee discomfort. And on day 5, he got out of bed and was going up and down the stairs and doing jumping jacks and extra moving. And we were like, yeah, this isn't going back. So we invited our friends to our results page. We put up a post on Facebook. We just naturally shared it with some friends. We ended up making back our initial investment within 2 weeks, and we profited another $500 our first month. And that was major for us. We're not super proud of it, but we did max out a credit card to get started because, the dress. So kind of fast forward, we just love this. We love sharing it with others. I went on to lose 30 pounds and 29 inches within 2 months. And we loved it. Our friends were feeling good. Random Facebook friends were feeling good. So we kept on running. And 11 months into sharing our story and the stories of others, we matched Michael's full-time salary at his corporate job that he hated. And I normally just worked at a restaurant, just part-time for the health benefits. And then we all know what happened. COVID hit. We had to stay at home. But what happened during that time last spring, Zingular grew as a company 600%, and our business grew as well. So when things reopened in the summer, I got asked to come back. I politely declined. And now we are both home full-time with our 2-year-old, loving it, never missing a moment. We have earned 6 all-expense paid vacations. We've got another one around the corner and another one and another one. It's all about the travel. And not only just that, the best part of this all, not only do we feel amazing, we've earned these trips, we've got to know some incredible people, but we have the ability to pay something forward that actually works, that works for your health, that works for weight loss, and that works for finances. So we are so grateful to our friend Lindsay for being brave and putting it out there. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here and able to pay it forward with you guys.
And part of my story is that I actually have been in the network marketing industry for 16 years, and I was with another company for 6.5 years prior to Zingular. And I really wasn't successful. I learned a lot, but in our first full month pursuing this opportunity, we made more than my best month with that other company where I spent over 6 years of my life. And as Lauren mentioned, last year, our company experienced incredible growth, and we saw our business explode 500% in the midst of the world crumbling. But here we were at home, and we were present with our daughter, and we were able to earn a living, and it was a really big deal. People are thinking about their health more than ever, now more than ever. It's really in the forefront of what people are thinking about. People that we talk to that never were concerned are thinking about it because it's important. Because if you don't have your health, nothing else is really going to matter. And on top of that, more and more people are looking for flexible ways to make money from their phone. And that right there has never been more relevant than it is right now. We have perfected a simple system to plug you into where you can easily be profitable in a matter of days or weeks. How many businesses can say that? When you open up a business, you're lucky if you're profitable in the first 1 to 5 years. So in a matter of days or weeks, that is a really big deal. And we're seeing people join our community and accomplish that every single day. Our business is just like a franchise. So similar to a franchise, we have a system in place, except we don't have this huge capital investment that you would need in order to buy into a franchise. McDonald's is the #1 franchise in the world. Why is that the case? They have a simple system that duplicates. A 15-year-old or a 50-year-old can work the drive-through window, and you're going to have the same experience no matter where you go to a McDonald's franchise. You can go to a McDonald's here in Michigan where we're located, or down in Georgia where Melissa is, or down in Kansas where Deanna is, or in the UK or Australia, and the fries are going to taste the same because they have a simple system that has helped everyone that buys into it be successful. And what we have here is just like that. We have that simple system, except we don't have this huge buy-in. It's a minimal amount. You just invest in however you want to get started, and we can get you sharing right away and show you how to make your money back very, very quickly. But while this opportunity is incredible, the culture of Zingular is what keeps all of us here, 100%. And this past week in Mexico was really solidifying that for us. We were sitting under a cabana, and our CEO pulled up a chair next to us, and he asked, Ask me questions. What can we do better? How can we improve? How can we help you better? How many jobs have you worked where people that are running the show are sitting down sincerely and asking you those kind of questions because they really want to know what you feel and what you think, because it matters. Even just a few weeks prior to us going to Mexico, many of us were visited by people from our corporate office that were delivering bonuses and awards. And we had the privilege of being visited by the senior vice president of sales, who literally came to our home and sat on our couch with us, with our 2-year-old, to chat and catch up and hand deliver an award that we had earned. He flew here on a plane from Utah. And it just goes to show you the kind of culture. And one other thing I'll just quickly add, I mean, when we were just in Mexico, yeah, we certainly kicked back and enjoyed ourselves. But as we were in the pool and relaxing, we were networking with all kinds of other people from all walks of life that are all on different teams. But we were collaborating together because we truly have this one team, one dream mentality. Zingular is on the move. People are joining us with zero background in the industry, and they're experiencing fast success. There are people joining us who have been in the industry before that are experiencing success that's beyond anything that they've ever accomplished in their prior opportunities. The Zingular opportunity is hands down the best product we offer, and the products are pretty good. So many people are struggling financially right now. We're helping families boost their cash flow without having to increase their overhead. That's huge, because not every opportunity can say that. We're helping people save for retirement, pay off debt, create more financial security for their families, and in some cases, creating financial legacies for generations to come. Our community, as I said, has this one team, one dream mentality. We lock arms together as one. Helping our company to be more successful helps everyone to put more money in their pocket. It's an amazing concept. This opportunity is customizable, just like the product side. So when you got started, I'm assuming most of you probably have, or you're going to, your coach who you're working with probably asked you about your goals, and you talked about your budget, and you figured out what made sense for you. And this opportunity is just as customizable. We have people that are joining this community to just offset their cost of using our products. We have people that want to do that and make a little extra money to maybe pay down some debt or have a little extra money coming in for their families. And there are people like us that wanted to replace a full-time income, and some that are even looking to create legacy income for their families too. We're here to meet you where you're at and help you to accomplish what you're looking to accomplish with this opportunity. And all I can say is keep an open mind, you guys. Mm-hmm. Chat with the person who invited you, dust off your dreams, because they absolutely can be a reality. Lauren and I are relatively new executives in this company, and we are not stopping there. Take a look at that income summary that can be shared by the person who invited you tonight, and look at the possibilities of what this can do for your family. People are generally, from the ones I talk to, people are not having sleepless nights right now because they don't fit in their skinny jeans. People are having sleepless nights because they are concerned about their financial future and they're not really sure what to do. And we have an answer right here in front of you that can absolutely be a game changer for you and for your family and for generations to come. So Melissa, thank you so much for inviting us to be on. It's really a privilege to be able to share tonight, and we'll pass it back to you.
Oh, I love you guys so much. And everything you said is just straight up, straight on, and real. It's just, that's exactly what this can be for you. And I'm going to tell you, the financial part of this is amazing, but what that financial gives you is time freedom. You know, it gave us, it's right now, I just got back from Mexico, and now I'm sitting in a hotel in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, because my daughter wanted to take a trip and wanted me to come up here with her and her 2 grandbabies. Her husband was taking a trip, and she said, "Mom, you just want to go for the weekend?" Sure. You know why? Because I can. I didn't have to ask anybody to take off. And I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50 in January. Whew, that's a big one. But you know what? In my wildest dreams, I never dreamed that I would be 50 years old and debt free. but that's what this has given me. And the next person I want to bring on she is one of my dearest friends, and I would have never known her had it not been for this company and the trips that we've gone on and the networking we've done. But she is one of my mentors. She is the most amazing leader and has the biggest heart and loves with everything she has. And I would love to introduce you guys to Deanna White.
Thank you so much. My goodness, I could listen to stories of people that we've heard from tonight literally all day, every day. I know you all personally, so I know your stories already, but just hearing them again gives me the chills and the goosebumps, because every one of us that you're hearing from tonight was sitting in a seat just like you once upon a time. We were trying to decide, are we going to say yes or are we going to say no? Because ultimately that's all that is missing from you, getting to experience the same types of things that you're going to hear and you have heard already tonight from all of us. It's the yes or it's the no. And a lot of us want to sit in limbo forever because we tell ourselves these lies. We say, oh, I don't know enough people. I don't have enough friends. My friends don't have any money. Oh, I'm too old. The one I probably hear the most, I'm too busy. I'm going to tell you, the busier you are, the more successful you will be. But we told ourselves all of those same things once upon a time. And I'll tell you, when I found my way to Zingular, which was 9 years ago, I didn't even have a flicker in my eye about the business opportunity. I wasn't interested. I didn't think I was interested. I was a previous school teacher. I taught school for 10 years. And I would have told you at that time that my biggest problem in the world was, this is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to admit it, I weighed more than the majority of NFL linebackers. That was my biggest issue in the world. And I would sit next to my husband and we would watch football games, and, you know, they put those stats across the bottom of the screen and they tell you how much they weigh and they tell you how tall they are. And my husband would be like, oh man, I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that guy. And I was just sitting there dying of embarrassment. Like, he doesn't even know that I got that guy beat by 15 pounds or, you know, whatever. And so at that point in time in my life, that was my biggest issue. I spent my entire life not loving what I looked like and being too addicted to food and turning to food for all the wrong reasons. And so that is what brought me to Zingular. Now, the gal that I purchased the products from did something though. She planted a seed in my head the day that I bought it. And she said, I'm sure you know 4 friends that are looking for weight loss. Pause. Ask yourself right now, how many friends do you know looking for weight loss? Because I guarantee you, you can't even count them on all your fingers and all your toes, right? It's a limitless number of people. And so she asked me that question, and she told me that if I even had 4 friends join me with a system similar to the one that I had gotten, between the commission I would make on referring the product to them and the bonus that I would get for sharing the product with them, that my kit would essentially be paid back, okay? At the time, I was kind of stone-faced, like, yeah, not interested, whatever. But as soon as I quit talking to her, I had a ticker running in my head of all the people that I knew that needed this, okay? And so those short little words literally changed my life forever, because I went from somebody who thought I was just here to lose the weight and thought that was the only problem I had in the world, to thinking, I know my mom would do this with me. I know my older sister would do this with me. I know my best friends would do this with me. And I decided, you know what, why wouldn't it be more fun to have other people join me? And I started talking. And so the next thing you know, I said I was a previous school teacher. I'd actually followed my heart home with my babies at this point in time. So I was a stay-at-home mom. We had just gone down to 1 income. And so, back then, as somebody referenced, back in the day, we got checks in the mail. Now we get deposits digitally, which is fabulous. But I went to the mailbox and I had like a $300 some odd check in the mail. And I could not wait to run that sucker into my house and wave it in front of my husband's face. Because when I asked my husband if he cared if I got this system, he literally said, what's wrong with all the other crap in your cabinet? I will never forget that that's what he said, because he had seen me, like Lauren mentioned, he'd seen me try it all. And so for me to take that pink check and say, look what I did, look what I did, look what I did. And he looked at it, and I want to say it was like $343 or something. And he looked at me. His first question was, did that company make a mistake? I'm like, no. He's like, well, how'd you get it? I'm like, well, my mom bought a kit and my best friend bought a kit and my son bought a kit. And then he looked at me, and I'm trying to read his facial expression, like, where's he going? And his very next question was, how can you get some more of those? And it just clicked just like that. I said, I guess I just need to go tell some more people. And that is what I did. Zingular, guys, Zingular has the best solution to the two biggest problems facing our nation, not just our nation, probably our world. We have a health crisis, a weight crisis. We all know it's true. But we have a financial crisis, and people don't wave that on a white flag when they're too broke to pay their electric bill and their phone bill in the same month. And they don't admit that they just charged all of Christmas, and they're praying that their tax return is big enough to cover the hole that they just dug themselves in, right? We don't talk about stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, if I've learned anything in my 9 years of doing this, people are broke. People are desperate for another income, but they don't have enough time in their day to go get another job and have another boss and another set of vacation time and all the things. That is what is so beautiful about the Zingular opportunity. Okay. The Zingular opportunity is flexible. It's the opportunity that you get to fit around your family and not the other way around. Because when I taught school, I had to be there at 7:25. I didn't get to leave till 4 o'clock. I would have parent teacher conferences or all the other things. And I had to figure out how to fit my family and all the things I really wanted to do around what had to come first, which was my job, right? With Zingular, it gets to be the other way around. I get to be where I want to be. Like Melissa said, how amazing is that to say, sure, why not? I can go there. How amazing to hear Michael and Lauren say that they both get to be stay-at-home parents and still make an incredible income that surpasses what a lot of people make in their normal 8 to 5s, right? And so of all the things I love about Zingular, and I could go on and on about all of them, the time freedom and the ability for me to earn on my terms from where I say, when I say, is up the tippy top of this. I had a goal when I got that first check in the mail, and I was hooked. I knew that I didn't have to touch the product, right? I just had to tell people about the product. I didn't have to take their money. So if you're one of those people that says, oh, I don't sell anything, I can't sell anything, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not even gonna feel like you're selling anything because you're not taking their money and you're not giving the product. You're opening your mouth and following our simple systems that we already have laid out in place to take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you. But pretty quickly on after that money started rolling in, I had a new goal, okay? And it wasn't a specific dollar amount. What I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to lose track of when my husband got paid. Okay, here's the deal. I was 18 years old, and I get choked up when I think about it. Since I was 18 years old, I've spent my entire life waiting for payday. For a while there, it was every 2 weeks. In college, I would get $187 every 2 weeks for working at the Christian bookstore. And I counted down that $187, and as soon as I had it, it was gone, right? And by the time you paid your bills or done anything, it was like, now I'm running down the next 2 weeks. I taught school for 10 years. I got paid once a month. So I felt like I had money for about 2 or 3 days. And then the last 27 days of the month, I was waiting for that payday. I don't know if any of you guys can remember those feelings, but that's all I could see for myself when I started this. I want to be able to lose track of when my husband gets paid, right? And that is what Zingular has done for me. It has given us a financial freedom that I never would have experienced another way. It was something that, like I said, is flexible. It has filled in so many gaps. In my early building days, I want to add this as a sidebar. I said it earlier, but if you're telling yourself that you're too busy and you don't have time to do this, I want you to know that I was a stay-at-home mom, but I wasn't just your normal stay-at-home mom. I was a mom with 2 special needs kiddos. I was spending 18 hours a week in the car and another 18 hours a week sitting in waiting rooms of therapies for my son. Homeschool my kids. I'm crazy enough to do that. And so that's kind of like a full-time job in and of itself. But guys, I've been able to build this opportunity, change my family's life in the midst of all the crazy. Okay. And so Zingular opportunity has absolutely helped me lose track of when my husband gets paid, which has been amazing, but it's done so much more than that. The free travel that we've earned and we've worked hard to earn, the incredible friendships, the products that have helped me lose 50 pounds. I could go on and on and on. Okay. So I want you to know, like I said, we've got the system mapped out. We know how to help you be successful. There are people that have invited you to be a part of this that are just waiting for your yes, right? They're just waiting to take you by the hand and show you how to be successful with this opportunity. There is a world of people out there that you know that nobody else on this Zoom knows. And that's another thing that I love about it. Your friends and your family are going to hear about Zingular from you. You're going to be the one that brings it to them and can change their life too. Okay. So I want you to know, or I want you to dream with me for just a second. What would an extra $500 a month do for you? What would you do with an extra $500 a month? What would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? As Michael referenced, our very first ranks with our company, that's the kind of income you start to see. You start to see income that's a game changer. And although my income now has far surpassed what I ever earned as a teacher, I want to say 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 times what I earned as a teacher last year alone. But the reality is, the very first time I got choked up and emotional about my income earned here, it was $700. I was making macaroni and cheese in my mother-in-law's kitchen, and my sister-in-law said, "Man, Deanna, you're really killing it with that Zingular thing." And I got all choked up and I said, I made $700 last month. And that $700 to a family that had just gone down to one income was our grocery budget for the entire month. And it was a car payment on top of that. That $700 month changed everything for us. And so even though it's far surpassed that, and we've been able to climb through the years, and it's been the wildest blessing of our lives, I will never lose sight of the fact that that very first initial money, I think, changed my life in an even bigger way. Okay. So guys, we're ready to help you. We are ready to take you by the hand and show you our ways. We just need your yes. Whoever invited you here tonight is going to help you figure out how to get started. They're going to figure out exactly what you need to do to get you on the right course. They just need you to circle back around with them and say, I'm ready. And I know there's a little birdie in one ear that's saying, don't do it, that they're the lucky few. You won't find the success. And I'm going to tell you to silence that little birdie and listen to my loud mouth. Okay. Because I've helped a whole lot of people over the last 9 years. And I'm telling you right now, you can do it. And if not this, then what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you are feeling like there's more month than money, why not this? And if you are feeling like there's no way you'll ever get to take your children to Disney World or pay cash for college or any of the things you've heard people talk about tonight, if you don't think that'll ever be your story, let's change it. Let's make it so that it is your story. Okay. Change the script, mix it up. If nothing changes, nothing changes. But I'm telling you right now, one yes from you can change everything for you, just like it has everybody you've heard from tonight. Okay. So don't hesitate. Talk to whoever invited you and say you're in, and we will look forward to cheering you on every step of the way. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.